My name is Dr. Shivakumar Raman. I go by Shiva Raman. I'm a Morris R. Pittman professor. I'm also a David Ross Boyd professor at the University of Oklahoma. I am the director of the School of Industrial and Systems Engineering. I've been at the University of Oklahoma for 32 years now. I have taught School of Industrial and Systems Engineering as well as School of Aerospace and Mechanical Engineering students. I've taught close to about 5,000 students in this time for 32 years, both undergraduate and graduate classes. I do research in the areas of manufacturing processes. That's about me. We are the School of Industrial and Systems Engineering. We work in oil and gas, we work in aerospace and defense, we work in transportation systems, and healthcare systems. So in all kinds of processes, we try to study, model, and eliminate waste. Industrial engineers, they devise efficient systems that integrate humans, machines, materials, information, energy in order to make a product, design a system, or provide a service. The systems engineers, they oversee all aspects of a project or a system, such as healthcare, product development, manufacturing, transportation, and so on. Their job is to develop a system that creates a product from the beginning to the end. So we do all these things in the School of Industrial and Systems Engineering. Our students, once they graduate, they work in a multitude of industries. Because of where we are, oil and gas and aerospace and defense are two industries that a lot of our students go to work for. Of course, they also work for distribution networks like Amazon and Walmart. They work for amusement parks. In fact, two of our students are in pretty high positions in Disney Land and Sea in Japan and Disney World in Orlando. So we have a three-step process. We have Capstone, which is basically a culmination of everything you learn in the curriculum. We teach you 4 years within the curriculum, some general education, some general engineering, and then industrial engineering specific courses. The culmination of that is Capstone. And it is typically done at an industry or a place of business. So once they finish the Capstone, typically they make a lot of contacts with the industry because they are doing this project embedded in a business or an industry. So invariably they get some kind of a return offer of sorts. The second kind of placement comes in internships. And a lot of our students work as interns right after the sophomore year or after the junior year. And typically they work in summers from about 6 to 8 to 10 weeks in summer, sometimes even 12 weeks. And what they actually get embedded, they make a regular pay. And of late, I mean, there are a lot of the multitude of industries place them, like Nordum, which is an aerospace and defense repair shop, which is in Tulsa, or like Michelin Tires, which is in Ardmore, Oklahoma. Or it could be CenturyLink which is Louisiana-based company. There is AT&T in Dallas. There is Boeing in Oklahoma City or Midwest City. So there are multiple places, different types of diverse type of industries. They go and work there. And again, right after that, many of them do get return offers. And so the third level of placement, which is the placement for a job, works very well. So you are typically, you already have acquired experience, either doing Capstone or doing internships, and you have already met with a lot of people, and then you get a choice at that particular point. Say, hey, you know what, I did a Capstone in aerospace, I did an internship in oil and gas. Now I want to try and move on. I want to work in telecom industry because I just decided that the first two were not for me. I think telecom industry is what I would like to explore. So there is our industrial advisory board is a very strong board. So many times when students look on their own and find mostly jobs without any issues, we are pretty close to 100% placement within a few months of graduation. For those of them that do not have that placement, they contact me And we put them in touch with some of the other alumni. And our alumni is a pretty powerful bunch and a pretty very committed set of people who will allow them to make strong connections and get them employed. So that happens. And of course, we have a BSMS program. Some of our students go on to a BS Masters. Some of them go on to the BS MBA. Some of them goes to DS. Some of them go to BS and DSA, which is a Data Science and Analytics program, which is a master's program in the College of Engineering. So they do have multiple options. Some of them leave the university and go elsewhere to do a master's or a PhD. Some of them go to law school. Some of them go to medical school. So it's a very versatile discipline. So you can go to graduate school of various kinds, or you can get employed right after. We even have people doing, nonprofit organizations. Some of our students recently have been working for banks. So we have placement in Goldman Sachs, for example. One of our students works for Goldman Sachs, and I think another one is getting ready to work for, I think, Merrill Lynch. So we have good placement even in banking industry, because we do a lot of operations research models, which are very useful in that kind of industry. I've been lucky that in these 3 years, we've been able to hire 6 new faculty members. As a research institution, we focus on 3 main areas: aerospace and defense, of course, because that's a pretty large industry that employs our students. We get projects from them, research projects from them. So aerospace defense is a big discipline. Pretty diverse set of interests. We apply, our faculty have apply their research. They do teaching in our curriculum. Our group of faculty all teach undergraduate classes. So we have a pretty strong group of faculty members. They all care about undergraduate and graduate education. All our faculty do a lot of work with both undergraduates and graduates. We have several social events that are organized by the Institute of Industrial and Systems Engineers student chapter, and the Institute for Operations Research and Management Science. Both these societies are pretty active in welcoming students, and our faculty are present at all these student activities. And typically, our faculty, since they teach all the classes, and many of them teach more than one class for an undergraduate student as well as for graduate students, we are very welcoming in the sense that we help students from everything from classes to procuring internships, procuring jobs, and the faculty as a whole allows for students to come and chat with them. Now, of course, the college also provides a lot of opportunities, and this particular entity allows for students to connect with students from other disciplines in the college. So, and then of course, there are a lot of projects that students can get involved in, which is, for example, we have solar car, for example, or electric car, or concrete canoe. We have places where the students hang out quite a bit to do hands-on work, their own personal projects, as well as doing projects for some courses. There is the engineering practice facility where a lot of our students get together at. There are student activities happening there, student projects happening there. There are machine shops. There are, a lot of facile things that people can assemble things together. There is also the Innovation Hub, which is in the South Campus. A lot of our students go there, they get employed there, they also work there. So we have a very good culture we integrate very well, we collaborate very well. All the faculty are very good friends with each other. All the students integrate with the faculty. This is another thing which is quite unique to us. We hire a lot of undergraduate students on our projects. For example, I hired 3 undergraduate students on one of my National Science Foundation projects. And I think 2 undergraduates on National Science Foundation project and 2 undergraduates on my Department of Defense project. Professor Cash Barker, he has several undergraduates on his payroll. I have a new project funded grant from the National Science Foundation, which addresses supply chain of manufacturers for COVID-19. So it's a very topical current area. And I've hired an undergraduate student on that particular project as a research assistant. So our undergraduate students get research assistants at multiple levels. They can work on our projects. A lot of our continuing projects, a lot of undergraduate students are hired. In a year, typically, at least 10 of our undergraduate students are on funded projects. In addition to that, there is a lot of our undergraduate students are National Merit Scholars, and they work with honors college, so they do honors projects. There is honors project with honors college that they can use for credit. They work on some research projects in some cases with the Center for Creation of Economic Wealth, which is called CCEW, which happens to be in the South Campus or has origins, where students do research and connect with an industry, connect with a faculty member, not necessarily from industrial engineering. They could connect with a faculty member from another discipline also. And so students have ample opportunities for research. And some of these research experiences tend to get parlayed when they go for graduate school. Some of them continue. People who are working on research projects, there's a good tendency for them to go and continue graduate school, either here or elsewhere. ISE is a very strong discipline. We have about 250 undergraduate students, and we aspire to be at about 80 or 90 graduate students. So we have a very large student base. Our student to faculty ratios are very good. Our faculty, we hope to have about 20 students per faculty member, which is a very good ratio for the rest of the country. We are a highly ranked program. We are one of the few programs in the College of Engineering that's ranked in the top 50. And as an undergraduate, salary-wise, we are ranked in the top 25 amongst industrial engineering schools. For graduate programs, we are ranked in the top 50. So in both, we are possibly one of the only programs in the College of Engineering and possibly in the university that is ranked so high. We have an excellent group of faculty. We would really like to talk with you. If you have interest in industrial and systems engineering, please reach out to me. And if you have specific interests, you can always reach out to any of our faculty members. And all of us are going to give you the same message because we all believe in the same thing. Thank you.